Oh my god. A snatch into a contact? What is good, YouTube? It's your boy ChicoFilo Hitman back with another video, and here I present to you guys my rebirth build, my first ever rebirth build that also just so happens to be one of the best ISO builds in the game. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I am not even like trying to talk out of my ass right now. I'm being for real, bro. Like, this build is the real deal. If by the end of this video you guys are still not sold by this build, if you guys aren't convinced that this is one of the best ISO builds in the game, I'm honestly gonna be very, very surprised. This build right here is actually also my new 1v1 build. As you guys know, I like the 1v1 code a lot. I always spend a lot of time there during my streams especially. And for me to be able to streak up on the 1v1 code, I obviously need a solid build. And this build right here, I think is the one, man. I'm not gonna go back on any other build. I am in love with this build right now, and I can honestly see myself using this build on the 1v1 court for the rest of the year. This build alone has honestly revived the fun for me on 2K. Like, as you guys know, 2K at the moment is at a very, very like dry patch. A lot of people are bored of the game. A lot of people are not enjoying the game anymore. But ever since I made this build, bro, like, I'm enjoying the game again. It's just super fun being on a new build. Obviously, I'm used to just playing on the play shot all the time. So this new build has honestly revived things for me. But anyway, moving on with this build, quite simply, this build can do literally anything. First of all, you get hella contact dunks. You can shoot consistently on it. You can dribble in it, and you can also play top tier defense on this thing. This build can do everything. Let me very, very quickly just show you guys how I made this build though. I don't want this video to be like a build video, like a typical boring, long build video just explaining how I made the build. So I'm gonna very, very quickly just show you guys how I made this build, okay? Okay, so firstly, this build is a shooting guard. The pie chart for this build is a blue-red, except it's the one with slightly more blue than red. So this one right here. For the physical profile, the one that you want to choose, this one's very important. Most people go for the one with most agility. You don't want this one. You want to go for the one that's half agility and half vertical. So this one that looks like this. Moving on, we have the attributes. If you guys need to pause the video, feel free to do so right now. I'm not really going to go through each and every one, just because, like I said, I don't want this to be dragged out. I don't want this to be a long, boring build video. So here it is. These are the attributes that you need, and the badge count is right here: 18, 4, 12, and 22. The height that you want to go with is 6'6", and then you're gonna go with minimum weight. After that, you want to make sure that you get max wingspan. And before we move on, I just want to quickly show you guys the upgraded attributes real quick. So have a look right here, see if you guys like it. Personally, I think this build is insane. If you guys are worried about the shooting, don't you worry. I'm going to show you very, very shortly as to why you don't need high shooting this year. A lot of people already know that. And if you guys don't think this build can shoot, I will show you guys very, very shortly and prove to you guys that the current 3-point and mid-range shot that you guys can see is more than enough. A few things that I do want to point out though, obviously what you guys can see right now is before 99, okay? So the driving dunk that you guys can see is 95, which means this build will get a 99 driving dunk, okay? Once I reach 99. If you guys look at my defense and rebounding stats as well, obviously this build is partially a red pie chart as well. My defense is really, really solid on this. This is definitely more than enough for me to get constant stops on the 1v1 court or the 2 score, wherever it may be. I've got everything I need right here, especially with the amount of defensive badges that I have. Although, the only bad thing I would like to point out about this build though is only pre-96. So basically, before I get to 96, before I get that extra attribute point, we have a 74 ball handle. As you guys know, you need a 75 ball handle for you to get the good animations for this build. So pretty much all the way before you hit 96 overall, you will only have a 74 ball handle, which means you're kind of stuck with dribble moves that are quite limited. I mean, to be honest, this entire video, I have not reached 96 yet. So the dribbling moves that I have been using have been 74 rated dribble moves. I have not unlocked the 75 dribble moves yet, but it still works for me. I'm just saying it's a lot more difficult, obviously, to get open without the 75 dribbling moves that you can get. But like I said, that is only a temporary issue, because as soon as you reach 96, that 74 ball handle becomes a 75, which will make it a lot easier to ISO on this build. Moving on though, the takeover that I chose with this build is slash take. I mean, primarily, I honestly chose this for content, just for the pure fact of me just spamming contact dunks, especially once this build gets 99. And remember, we chose the half speed and half vertical pie chart, so that vertical with slash take with a 99 driving dunk is just going to be unguardable. However, I do believe that lock take is also a solid choice for this build, so feel free to go with lock take if you feel like that's going to be better for you. End of the day, you have a 99 driving dunk. I don't think slash take is honestly that necessary, if I'm being for real. But lock take is also a solid choice. But for me, like I said, for the content, I went with slash take. And that is basically it for the build. But as you guys can see right here, this is the updated badge layout. Since I'm already a level 40 this season, I get 1 extra badge point of choice. And I decided to put my extra badge on shooting, which means I go from 4 shooting badges to 5. So final badge count for this build at the moment is 18, 5, 12, and 22. Like, how good is this build, bro? Like, I can't stress it to you guys enough. This build at 99 is going to be unguardable. And at the same time, even if I do end up making a lot of mistakes, bro, like I'm still going to be able to play solid enough defense for me to just get the ball back every time. Anyway, like I said earlier, at the moment, this build that I'm playing on right now, like everything I recorded for this video, this is all before I even reached 96. I still have 74 dribble moves, and I still don't even have my 3-point up or my midi up. But I'm about to show you guys right here, bro. Like, you can shoot with this build. You don't need a high 3-point. You don't need a high midi to be able to green consistently on this build. Although a few hints that I would give you though, if you guys want to be able to shoot consistently on this build, obviously you will need your shooting badges. Right now, I've got 5, okay? And at the moment, as you guys currently watch these clips of me greening consistently on a blue-red build with only a 54, I repeat, 54 3-ball and a 64 midi, the only badges that I currently have is gold hot zone, bronze green machine, and bronze lucky 7. Those are literally the only badges that you need. I can even shoot 3s from the top of the key. Like, look at that. Like, how are you supposed to guard this? Like, I've currently got a 95 driving dunk, which again, at 99 will be a 99 driving dunk. Like, who in their right mind would even want to try and play up and play high on a 99 driving dunk build? Literally 95% of the time that I play with this build on the 1v1 court, they just go straight to the paint, not knowing that this build can shoot. And as soon as I start greening up a little bit, obviously they're gonna have to respect the shot, start playing up a little bit, and it's always gonna be a free rim run. And even if you were to miss a shot or miss a dunk or just mess up in general, it doesn't matter because you are going to end up getting the ball back with the defense that you can play with this build. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, guys, I am not just talking out of my ass, bro. Like, this build is it. This build has to be one of the best ISO builds in the game, if not the best. Because this build is just ridiculous. Like, there is nothing that you cannot do with this build. Honestly, man, I'm just very, very excited to see this build in full form. Like, right now, it's probably at like 50%, maybe like 40% even, in terms of like how many badges I have and what my overall is. But once I fully max this thing out, bro, it is wraps. But anyway, I don't want to keep rambling on. I hope this video has convinced you guys that this is by far one of the best ISO builds in the game. And I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If you guys want to see more of my content, man, don't forget to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more videos. Please don't be afraid to critique this build as well in the comment section if you think there's any flaws with this build. And like I said, if you guys think there is a better ISO build than this build right here, please tell me. I want to know what you guys think. But anyway, for now, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope that you guys also have a great day. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.